So you need to approve it as well.
Yeah.
Something pops up. There you go.
Okay, great. So welcome everyone today to come and meet the Achiever team and to talk a little bit about our program and how we were proposed to deliver it over the coming weeks. Our provisional start date is on the 21st of June. And we'll go into some more detail about how that's delivered shortly. All the sessions, 12 sessions, are going to be delivered online. And we have a great system because we've already done this now twice with 2 previous cohorts. So I'm not saying that it's going to be super smooth, but
yes, it will.
Certainly. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. No problems. But we have managed to iron out quite a lot of the glitches before. And we also have a system where we store anything that is discussed and any of the materials that you are going to be using in the process of the course on a platform called Wakelet. And this is super, super simple. Essentially, I don't want you guys to get fraught about it. You will simply get a link and it will take you to the place where all the information is stored for that particular session. It's very clear, it's very intuitive, and you just have to scroll up and down. But most of the time, you're going to be engaged in our Zoom sessions. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the team. Ngozi Weller and Abehi are from Aurora Wellness, and Aurora Wellness are going to be delivering the first 6 sessions of the program. And Danny White from Danny White Consulting is going to be delivering the final 6 sessions. And I'm going to let them really, because I'm aware that time is tight today, so I'm going to let them discuss what they're going to be doing over their particular series of sessions. So over to you, Ngozi. Do you want to start?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Really nice to see you. So I don't know how much you guys know about AchieveHer. Have you all spoken with Una one-to-one before? I know you have, Miss Dustin, but no? Okay, so the whole ethos behind the AchieveHer program really is that you can do what you want to do in life. You can have, as I like to say, a fulfilling personal life, career, purpose. You can make your life mean something to you. And there are people like us who have designed this program to help you do that, right? So what my company that I run with my cousin, Obi, does is we focus on all the stuff around your mind, right? So Aurora Wellness is a mental health and well-being consultancy. And we believe, like I said, that you have the right to fulfilling personal life, career, and purpose. And we know that everybody has the ability to achieve their dreams. We know this through our own personal experience. And we know that all you need is a little bit of encouragement to bring out those latent desires and skills and to have the confidence in yourself. It is so easy for women to be knocked in their confidence. People generally, but women in particular. We go through so much that knocks us slowly of our vibrancy and our confidence and all of those things that we were born with. If you think about who you were when you were a young child and all the dreams and goals that you had, and then somehow life gets in the way, and then you find yourself at home looking after kids and you've lost that vision, goal, spark for your life. Well, Achiever's designed to help bring that back for you. This is an opportunity. You're here because you're at a point in your life when you're recalibrating. What does your life mean for you? Where do you want it to go? What do you want to do with it? What do you want to achieve? And me and Obi are going to help you bring that out. So a little bit about me. Eve knows me because she used to work with me. So any story that I tell you, she can verify or not. So, you know, my background is as a program manager, project manager, all sorts of management in an oil company. And that was up until 2017 when I burnt out. I had a nervous breakdown. It was catastrophic, really. And in recovering from that, I recognized that actually I didn't have to go through that. If I'd had some kind of support, I could have not put my family and myself through that kind of hell. So I paired up with Obi, who will introduce herself, to set up Aurora, which is designed to provide that kind of support for people. Obi, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello. Good to see Eve. And I'm sure I'm getting to know a lot of you as we go along, hopefully when you join the program, because I think you should, because we're awesome. So my name is Obahi Alafode, and I'm Ngaiji's cousin, first cousin. So my mother and her father are siblings. And I'm a psychologist by training. And I worked for a long time in a nonprofit organization, doing clinical work and treating people with addictions. So that's what I did. And I saw them when the shit had hit the fan. Sorry for swearing, but you're going to realize we swear too.
We do.
Where things have gotten so bad, I see them at their worst. They've now developed an addiction of some kind. I always used to say they're the lucky ones. They're still trying to figure this out. They're still trying to block it out. There are other people who have either taken their lives or just given up. Okay. Now, while I was doing this, my cousin was going through her issue. So I started to work with professional women, thinking, I don't want to be working with people where they're getting so bad, they're at the end of the line. I just thought, I want something better. I want to be able to work with other people and prevent them from getting to that end of the line. So I started focusing on career women, professional women like my cousin and Gardi, super flyers, but I know they're juggling a lot. They're juggling motherhood, they're juggling being a wife and all the things, right? And I thought I was doing okay. But when Ngozi had her breakdown, I did not know. So we're the closest cousins. So I saw her, I lived in London at the time, and I saw her every 3 months. So Easter, summer, so all of that, think about typical holidays, I saw her for at least a week. So the idea that she was going through this horrible time, completely oblivious to it, right? The reason of me saying it is even professional qualified people like me do not see it. We don't see what we don't want to see. And to be fair, she did hide a lot of it. So your family members and you, I know you're going to be hiding some shit that people don't even know you're going through. So the reason for me sharing it, we all have stuff to hide, but we want to be able to create an environment, a camaraderie, a sisterhood where you can off-leash some of that stuff, because they are literally the things holding you back. They are literally the things killing you. So we want to provide somewhere safe for you to do that. So here is the fact: you will cry at the result of this 12-week program. You're going to have to go into yourself. That will happen, but we will be here to catch you. That's the point. So this is not going to be for you if you're not prepared to go deep. This is not surface level stuff. Because if you're in a state where you're going to have to transform yourself to be somebody that you really want to be, then you will need to dig a bit deeper, and we would help you do so. So this is our job. This is what me and Ngai are there. I'm a qualified psychologist, so if things get a bit hairy, I can catch you. I hope that's all right.
Brilliant.
Fight, India.
Excellent.
We got you.
All right, Danny.
Okay, we just heard somebody joining us. So there are two parts of the program, and I work a bit differently to these guys. It's a beautiful combination, but I come at it from a very different approach and a different perspective. So these guys have a strong emphasis on resilience and well-being. and they'll go deep with you around some of those blocks and barriers. What I really care about is working with people at transition points, because I see them as opportunities to do something very different with your life. My background is in career management, and as Tanya will know, many years ago, we worked together actually at Connections, and we were in very different roles. I've got a very strong practical experience in career management, career support for people who are working through complex choices and complex barriers. I've gone on and done a PhD in this area, and I've gone on and worked in this space in academia, and I've gone on and I've set up programs that I run in different spaces, and this is only one of the spaces that I run these programs. I support high-performing people to think through the mess in their head that is, what the hell do I do next professionally? I take that mess and I take you through a process in order to clarify the direction in which you're moving. And that clarification is based on what is meaningful for you, what's important for you, what transferable skills you hold, and what opportunities exist out there. And I support you to develop your understanding and your awareness around that. And at the end of this process, you will come out with a career management strategy, a plan for the next 3 to 6 months. And that's where I will help you to get to. But as I say, I have a different way of working with you. I'm much more maybe intellectual, a bit logistical, slightly more serious.
What she means is she's not going to make you cry.
I won't make you cry. I won't make you cry, but I'll work with you, and I'll work on a very personable level, and I genuinely care about what people bring with them, where they are, and how I can enable people to really leverage what it is that they've got into a new space.
Excellent, thank you, Danny. So that's your facilitators, and it will be me, Obehi, and then Ivana, who's our glamorous executive assistant, and we'll take the first half of the course. Danny will take the second half of the course. We've run this
three
now,
times.
Three times, right? And it works. This stuff works. Yeah, but it works really well, and people are still connecting from the last courses. So even though Danny says it's 3 to 6 months, the last time we ran this course was a year ago, I think, and they're still connecting. They're still working and supporting each other. So when Opie said a sisterhood, she means it. If you look around you, the people who are with you on that course will be your sisters, supporting you, encouraging you, and helping you to thrive. Not just survive COVID, but to thrive through it. Just before we finish, I want to share with you, if Danny lets me screen share.
You not got this at the moment?
No, you have to give me permission now. It's a new thing.
And after the presentation, then you can ask the questions. If you're already formulating questions already, feel free to put them in the chat so that we can collate them. Okay, I think come up for you. All right.
So I'm going to share with you the curriculum, so you'll know roughly what we're doing week by week, and then you might come up with questions, and we'll happily take them. There you go. Oh, I'm hosting now. Oh, that's posh. So here is the AchieveHer course. So the first week, we'll be meeting the facilitators, have a look at the course overview and the logistics, introduce you to the pod concept. The pods are going to see you through the entire program. So it's really orientation week, first week. Second week, and Danny will be joining us for that one as well. The second week, we'll do a show and tell exercise. We'll be looking at values and why values matter. What values matter to you? We'll do the wheel of life exercise, which really is an opportunity for you to calibrate what is important in your life right now, and help you figure out where you want to focus. Once you've gotten that down, we'll start doing the vision boarding exercises, which sounds airy fairy, but is actually one of the most powerful tools I've seen for helping you materialize or manifest the things that you want to happen in your life. And we'll look at how your values connect with that vision, and we'll have building a vision board session. We then move into this ideal world in session 4, where we're thinking about, what do you actually want? What if the limits were off, what would you be envisioning for yourself in the future? And what concerns you about that? We move in session 5 to looking at all the, please forgive my French here, all the bullshit, the common mind traps, all the things that have stopped you from getting there already, all the things that are going to hamper your progress in the future because they've blocked you in the past, how to challenge them. And we have a really powerful imposter syndrome masterclass, which is something we deliver over and over again for corporate, and we know it works, and it's so much fun. So I can't wait for session 5. Before we have a look at well-being, where would we be as well-being coaches if we didn't have a look at well-being? Because there is absolutely zero point in us encouraging you to chase your dreams if chasing your dreams means sacrificing your health in any way. So we'll be looking at what well-being is. What does it mean? How do you know when you've burnt out? How can you maintain this drive for your career and your advancement, without sacrificing anything in terms of your own health and well-being? We then hand over to Danny for session 7.
Okay, can you bring up the text for that? Okay, so I take the Wheel of Life stuff that you will have done previously, and I zoom into the career element of it. And the first thing that we do is we have this career journey insights, which is basically, I support you to create, if you like, a lens or a pair of glasses through which you can look at your options. Okay, so what is it that is important to you? What is it that resonates? And where are you currently professionally? What does that look like? Then we have the next session, which is all about looking at what options exist for you. That's collaborative. So you first of all start by doing that yourself, and then we move into working together to do that. So we just go on to session 9. This is going back to that lens that we've created and re-looking at that and continuing to work together around collecting an understanding of the breadth of those options and also the depth of those options. So I will use a couple of different models to help you to really understand how is it that I understand an area of work that I'm interested in getting into from the perspective of either accessing it or getting promoted within it. So these come from stuff around, so it comes from social mobility theory basically. And it's just been adapted as like really simple little tools, activities that you apply to your own situation. Go on, bring that back again. What was it? So, and then this is where we develop that map together that's got all of the breadth of all those different options. You're supporting each other with that. You're supporting each other to look at blowing open your options and looking at the diversity of what you've got, as well as getting really focused. And then when we move into those final 2 sessions, so just bring up the 12th as well.
Ooh.
So those final 2 sessions are really around, you'll get a bit of a structure, and you'll all through this, there's little videos that I'll ask you to do just before you come into the session. So there'll be work that you do yourself, which will give you that clarity around where you're at professionally, and gaining that reflective clarity on what that looks like moving forward. And all of these activities around giving you that clarity, giving you that awareness, giving you that understanding in order to get to the final moment, which is basically presenting back a career management plan You know, what is it that you're doing now and where are you going to? Now that plan might be about thinking about how you transition into something that you haven't considered before. It might be about doing something that feels very safe whilst at the same time doing something that feels very unsafe. It might have a couple of different parts to it. But what it's very likely to include is something around why this is important to you. Perhaps some of the stuff that you've worked through with Ngozi and Abehi around some of those mindset blocks and barriers that you will have crossed, that you will have kind of worked through. But ultimately, it will be about where are you going next? What does the future look like for you? And it might well include some of the threats to that future. What's uncertain, what's not clear, and what are the opportunities that exist? And those plans are going to be 10-minute presentations. You might use PowerPoint, you might use a drawing, a visual, you might just speak. But it will get you to a point where you feel comfortable, perhaps slightly nervous, but get you to a point where you're ready to communicate that to the rest of the group. Obviously, there'll be more, you know, there'll be more than who's here now, and that will shift. But it's that you'll be communicating that back to the rest of the group, and then that'll be an opportunity for you to receive support around that, but also accountability. And how you use that accountability is totally, totally with you guys. So that's where we want you to get to.
Excellent. So, yes, we've been talking at you for a long time now. Do you have any questions about the course, the programs, either practical or anything?
Or even just a comment. We can start with a comment first. What do you think about it? How you're feeling about it right now so far? Before we if you don't have questions yet.
I can start. I feel really excited about it. All of the topics and all of the areas that you just touched on are all things that have been kind of going through my mind, because I'm sort of at a transition point or coming up to one. And it seems to touch on all the areas where I'm feeling a little bit like, I need to decide what I'm going to do and how do I refine the things in my head into a plan of some sort. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you, Eve.
Right. And I think one of the things that has always been that's come back from our previous cohorts is that this entire program is broken down into manageable chunks. You know, women are great at overloading ourselves with, you know, masses of responsibilities, plate spinning, juggling everything at home, and you know, putting very often unreasonable expectations on ourselves. And this program is about empowering you to lay it all out in a way that you can realistically achieve goals in a manageable staged process. It really is. And, you know, for some people, the idea of doing a PowerPoint presentation is really unnerving. I completely get that. I can completely understand. So we will find other ways that you can communicate what your aspirations are. And the great thing about this course, we constantly review it. We constantly go and improve the power of it, you know, in terms of you gaining additional skills. We will connect you with a lot of other organizations. I've made it my business over the last 2 years to connect with a lot of organizations that provide free workshops. They might be bite-sized, they might be take it over a couple of days, but you can dip in and dip out to that. This program definitely opens doors for you. If you are someone who is considering setting up your own business, then we, you know, sort of all get together, open up further doors, make connections with other additional women's organizations, women in tech, women in leadership and business. So there are many other layers to this course that you can access. And certainly that's been one of the most positive aspects that we've received very positive feedback on. We got this particular round, I think it's important to say this particular round, because of what's happening generally in the country and trying to fit in with school breaks, we're going to run them twice a week. But don't worry, we're not going to do them on top of each other. We're going to run them on a Monday and on a Thursday. And although we're asking a lot from you in terms of tapping into your deepest fears and aspirations, we are not going to overload you with a load of stuff that you've got to produce just to make this course viable for funding. It is really about everything that we ask you to do is for you. It's to enable you to visualize and materialize and act on what you want to, where you want to be in months to come. And so we're going to run them on Monday and we're going to run them on Thursday. And I know, because, you know, like you guys, many of you got parental or caring responsibilities. That might seem like a lot, but trust me, if you do this, you will not regret it, because these hours are for you. It's probably the only time in your busy week that you will put those hours aside for yourself. So use them and come along with us, and we will support you in this journey over the next 6 weeks. We're going to start the program on the 21st of June. Before then, I will be in contact with you. We've got a little bit of paperwork that we will have to do. But really, the whole aim of this is to make it a pleasurable and rewarding experience. And I'm happy to say that is what we achieve.
Good, good.
Has anyone else got any sort of other questions or anything? Because there's quite a lot of information there.
Can I ask about the timing? So I think you told me, Una, Monday was 11:30 till 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And what about
It's at 11:30, or are we looking at slightly different time? I can't quite remember what
we're starting at. We start at it's because of school runs, right? So the sessions will always be at least our sessions will always be at 10 o'clock in the morning. So you've got enough time to get the kids to school and bring them back, because I'll be doing the same thing. They'll last for no more than 2 hours. There will be a video portion of it that you do in your own time and all that. The coaching sessions, which is the bit that you'll come for, is 2 hours worth of group coaching. And that's between 10 and 12 on a Monday and a Thursday for 6 weeks. You're doing the same time, aren't you, Danny?
Everything's very consistent, so it's exactly that for both of us. And that will continue throughout.
So I won't be able to attend any of the Thursday ones, and I might be able to attend some of probably not the whole session, because I'm teaching in the afternoon. So I'll be able to attend at least an hour of the Monday. Yeah, I think it might be a bit tricky.
There might be a few conversations we'll have with Una, just because the content follows on from each other. So it may well be that you'd be looking at the next cohort for that, because to not be able to make 50% is just crazy in terms of
I'll probably well, Thursdays just isn't workable for me. I want to play a group, so
okay.
I can attend the Thursday and Mondays luckily, so I'm looking
okay.
So does that mean you're a yes, Shafia?
Yes,
Yay.
Okay. I'd just like to say that I am thrilled that Safia is joining us on this program, because Safia and I have met, and actually there are some links with previous women's organizations, but Safia does the most amazing in sort of Pakistani Asian food, which is absolutely exquisite. And one of the reasons why coming on the course is to build that that sort of whole gig into a probable viable business.
Love
and she
that.
definitely deserves to succeed because the food is amazing.
I'm gonna come round. I'm gonna come round your house, Tafia.
Oh,
You're saying
All welcome.
you'll drive
So-
by.
So, Karis Smith, you can't make it this time because you can't do Thursday. But Karis Moll, what do you have any questions?
No questions really, just it sounds amazing. I'm also like Eve, kind of at a transition point. I'm not really sure what I'm doing next, but I kind of had a bit of a burnout a couple of months ago. So this, yeah, I did wonder if there were any like prerequisites or the kind of people that you wanted on the course.
Any
and the
prerequisites? The only
process.
prerequisite is that you can commit to the 2 sessions, the Mondays and the Thursdays, and that you come with an open mind and an open heart. That is it.
Okay.
So you in?
Karis, where are you based, by the way?
I'm in Pembrokeshire in South West Wales.
Okay, right.
that allowed?
We this is the great thing about having somebody like me organizing these kind of things, because I will find any which way possible to shoehorn people who will get the most out of this course onto a funded program. And we have combined funds with this. We're working with another charity to provide the program, but also we can oversee and make, sort of informed decisions about putting others forward. So yes is the answer. We can, but we can include you.
Good.
And we have done so and never regretted it. We've done it on several occasions with other people.
Got people from London last time.
Yeah, and Edinburgh and everything. So yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Fantastic. The other thing I'd say is if any of you have thoughts about the program and you think it's good, and you know other people in your position, women
Yeah.
in your position who you think could benefit, share, let them know. Get your friends and colleagues to come and join you, because this is a great opportunity. It's like Una says, it's one of the only opportunities you'll get to be selfish, to be focused on yourself and what you want, and you deserve that. So yeah, spread the love and let people know.
I'm going to second that, because I want to think about the fact that what you heard today, you may not have known what was going to happen or what to expect. So a lot of other people may not know. So luckily we're recording this, so you can send the link out to them to say, I'm joining this thing. Do you want to come? It is free, ladies. Like we charge a lot of money. Amongst us, we charge this money properly outside of this thing. So the fact that Una finds, I don't know how she finds the money, but she's the money fairy. She finds money from all kinds of places.
She's the magic money tree.
Just saying. So my point is, do not let this be like, okay, maybe be addicting in another few months. I don't know if you're going to be addicting in another few months, another year. We don't know. So if you know someone in this transition period in her career, or to be moaning, we all have this friend who keep moaning about the same issue, either around self-esteem or the job that they're currently doing, or any of that stuff. Send them the video, send them the fact that you're joining, and just get them in. If they want to, they will take you up on it. If they don't, no problem. But it will be unfair if they didn't even know about it. And while you're shouting it for the rooftop, say, oh my God, I learned all this stuff. Like, okay, so, it's okay for you.
You didn't share it with me.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
And I think, I just would add, as much as I do constantly find any which way possible to fund the programs, this is, if anything, this pandemic has taught us about nothing is a given. And I don't know if I'm going to be in this luxurious position this time next year. So don't waste any time. Seize the opportunity, and if you know of others, do let us know, because this, if we can get more funds this year to run a few more, we will definitely do it and help more women.
Thank you.
Fabulous. So
okay, ladies, So I'm going to be in touch with you all. And as I say, we have got quite a few others that have not been able to make it today. And we'll be in communication. Don't worry, as I say, if you can't do this particular cohort, we keep your information with your permission, and we will let you know when the next round comes along. And in the meantime, if you're on our sort of mailing list, so to speak, we will keep you informed of other programs maybe that we become aware of that you might benefit from in the meantime, that you can actually attend. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Brilliant.
Because I know that it's a bit of a disappointment that you can't do Thursdays, but I can keep you on a connection and send other programs in the meantime.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Lovely to meet you all. Really lovely to meet you all. And
Definitely.
yeah, hopefully we'll be seeing you soon.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Danny, you might want to stop the recording.